everybody.
Hi guys.
I'm Sana.
I'm Shauna.
And welcome to
Another video on the Twin Diaries.
Oh yeah.
Still sick. So I wanted to talk to you guys about how to travel as a student, because we've gotten so many questions on that. We've gotten so many questions on how we travel as a student, from whether it's from friends or like people who follow us on social media and they know we're students and it's not like we're with our parents, so they're like, how are y'all doing it?
Sometimes we might be with our mom.
Sometimes, yeah. But yeah,
All right.
for the most part.
So how to travel as a college student. Number one, make it a priority, but be reasonable. So obviously a priority is school, but if traveling is also a priority of yours and you know that's something that you want to do all your life, like it's like embedded in you, like you have to travel. That's how I am. It's not like a travel bug for me. Like, no, literally I want to take a trip every single year. Multiple times a year if possible. So
Yeah.
for example, with college students, spring break. So we all know when spring break is. It's in March. We don't know exactly what month yet, but we know it's in March. So you plan accordingly, and you're like, I am going to go here. It's a priority. This is gonna happen. Where I gotta work, how much I gotta get paid, how many hours a week do I have to work. So make it a priority.
Right.
Second tip: find people who love to travel like you, and make it a commitment.
Right.
So
And the thing with
that's the hard part,
people
okay?
back out all the time. What we do with our friends is that we let them know where we plan on going
And say,
who wants to go by this date. You need to say if you are going or not, and then after that you cannot back out.
Or if you back out, you
still have to pay. Yeah, for wherever you're staying, because you split it with whoever you're going with. You have to pay whether you back out or not, which usually when you do that makes them want to go, because that's only happened like once to us where people backed out.
But
we
you
had this
still
huge
paid.
place to ourselves, but then people still have to pay, so we were living lavishly. So
yeah, because it was like a huge place, and there was
Yeah.
only like 4 of us or 5 of us.
no, it was like 6.
Six,
But it was
but it was still like
10
10.
people. So
Just made myself bleed. Stupid. So determine how long you want to go for, and then how long. What is it? What did you just say?
where do you want to stay? Let me do this one. Bullet point. It's determine how long you want to stay and where you want to stay. So first, going off of how long you want to stay, it's important to know that, because we typically like to buy our airplane ticket first, at least going. If we get the one going, book it, and then when you know where you want to stay, then you can like pick from there. So we personally like to stay at Airbnb because we find it cheaper, at least for certain places.
Like, you get more bang for your buck, because like it'll be beautiful and huge, and you're paying less than what you would pay at a hotel.
Right. And you don't have to worry about these people. Some places you can find if you're trying to have a relaxing one, you can find a place that's more secluded. But if you want to party, you can still find a place.
Like villas?
Yeah,
villas.
You can still find a place, especially if you're going in a big group. Y'all can have a full-blown party and nobody can tell you anything. So, I mean, just figure out where you want to stay, and then map out that price. So like we said, personally, we find Airbnbs are cheaper and you have more bang for your buck. You'd be surprised. Next time you plan a vacation, look at that first and compare it to the hotel.
Because I mean, honestly, you have the option to, at least if you want to cook for yourself, which could be cheaper, or if you want to go out to eat, you could have your own hot tub and your own pool that you don't have to share with everybody.
Yeah.
So
so that's always nice. And also, some people who own the Airbnbs will like give you stuff for free. So we're going to Turks and Caicos, right? You could pay to kayak, you have to pay to paddleboard, and all those different types of things. Our Airbnb includes that in our villa. So
we have all of that.
Paddleboard, we have a canal, a pool, a hot tub.
Yeah, all
of that's included in the villa. And we
Where can you
have
get that
like
at a hotel?
Full-blown kitchen, full-blown living room. Like you
Everybody
can
has
get that.
their own room. Like,
yeah,
it's
your
beautiful.
own big bed. Like you can't get that if you go to a hotel. It's just not a thing. So
Next point is flights. So we always end up, okay, so you know, like sometimes people say like go to actual different websites that they have out there and look. I would say if you know, like I would go to United, go to Delta, go to American Airlines, go to Southwest, go to each site specifically, because when you look up on Google Flights, sometimes it doesn't actually show you the cheapest option. So you'll really be surprised because you think you're getting the cheapest option, and then you go, if you actually go to the site, you're like, why did this show up on Google if this is the cheapest flight? So I would actually go to each airline.
Right. And of course there is Google Flights, there is Skyscanner, and there's like multiple other flight things that show them for cheap that you can go on. But just make sure you go on all of them and then compare. And just remember that also they do change day to day.
That's true.
So,
and I think the more time you give yourself to book it. So I realize, like, let's say for Southwest, because we fly Southwest a lot, the more filled up the plane gets, the more expensive the tickets are. But when the plane is like empty and nobody's booked for their trip or whatever, it is so cheap. So,
for instance, I'm going to Dominican Republic. When school was still in session, the tickets were like, round trip, the tickets were like $700 or like high $600s. And like the highest was like in the $900s. Flash back to like near school ending and summer's about to start, the tickets are like high $800s and like $900s is where most of them were, and then the rest are like thousands of dollars. So had I booked them earlier, I could have had $100. Yes, my tickets are like $950 something. Imagine that was like $400, $300 that I could have saved. So
just remember that, kids.
Yeah. Just remember that.
Book early. So that's the first thing. We always book our plane ticket first. Before anything else, we book the going plane ticket immediately.
Because you can always find a place to stay. It may not be your number one choice, but you can always still find a place to stay. So
Yep. Alright. And then after that, determine how much you're trying to spend and how much you need to save. So that way, you already know what to expect. Like, look up the excursions, look up videos on like what people do in this area or place that you're gonna go, especially if you've never been. And it's like,
we watch vlogs all the time.
So that's how we decide also where we want to go. Is like we'll watch vlogs and be like,
gotta do that,
gotta go there. That's where I want to go. So I would look at blogs or look up like on the internet and look at blogs that tell you like these are nice excursions, this is the website, blah blah blah, and just so you have an idea of how much it costs. But sometimes, of course, when you get there, you might meet people or
stuff. Happened to us so many times, but just if you know going in, if we didn't know what we wanted to do going in, when we met the guys who could like hook us up with places or deals, we wouldn't have known what to.
It was a deal. First of all, we wouldn't have known it was a deal if we looked and we're like, well, the site said it's $140 and you're telling me it's $80. I will go with you, my friend. But or if somebody's trying to charge you like $200 and you're like, but this place charges $140, I'll pass. You know what I mean? Yeah. But also just like so you won't be broke, so you won't go out there and be like, oh, I thought I was only gonna be like this much, and okay, save, work, save, budget.
Right.
Okay.
Like figure it out, and why we always say, okay, so when we were in college, we were still in college technically, but when we were like freshmen and sophomores, when we went on one spring break, we were already planning where we were going our next spring break,
as soon as we got
back,
that
we can immediately start saving. Like a lot of people, you know, like they like to like splurge on shoes and splurge on clothes and all these different kind of things. And they're like YOLO. No, because that needs to go towards my vacation. Me YOLOing on some shoes and some
YOLO on some shoes you go wear on that vacation too. Because
and it's like that could have been your plane ticket right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just be smart about it. Also, some people think that like you need to have all of this money at once so that you can buy buy your plane ticket, both of them, buy each thing one thing at a time and have like a check thing. Like the main two things you gotta worry about is flights and where you're gonna stay. Okay, so once you get those two things off your list, everything else
later.
You know, just imagine the earlier you start and get those things out the way, you'll be like, that really wasn't that hard, which it isn't.
No.
So just, you know,
Because honestly, we're the type of people where we're super extra when we go on vacation. Like, I need to have a whole wardrobe ready. Like, we're the type to be like, I have to have these kind of bathing suits. You know, I'm going for this Rihanna look, so I have to have this, and then we have to go get the shimmer lotion, and then you gotta go get your nails done. What color are we wearing for the big? You know, like, you gotta have all this stuff. Just make sure that you save so you can do what you want to do and budget your life.
Right.
So give yourself that 6 months or more that you need to plan the trip, because as college students, and like, you're probably not making as much as you would when you're actually in your career.
I definitely
give yourself that time.
I really don't make much at all at the job that I have because I barely have any time to work. I'm in nursing school, so I work like 2 12-hour shifts a week, and that's it. Yeah. Sometimes just 1. But I'm just really smart about how I save my money, so.
Very much so. You gotta be frugal sometimes when you know you want to go on a trip. That's why I said you have to make it a priority. Some people's priority.
We don't eat out often.
No, we
don't. Do not eat out often.
That's what I said. Some people's priorities are different. Some people want to prioritize on going out every weekend. I'm fine. I'm a homebody, okay?
Yeah.
I don't have to go out every single weekend. I gotta study anyway. So just make it a priority.
Smart about that. Do you really need that Chick-fil-A every single day?
Starbucks every single day?
Yeah. Or can you just, make your coffee at home and bring it if you need it? Can you make your lunch? Make your coffee at home if you need it. Can you also, make your lunch and bring it every day? Like, people I go to school with, they're amazed if I did not bring my lunch that day. But that's just how I am. Like, I'm not about to spend money when I have food at home.
That's just how I am.
Yeah?
That's just how I move.
That's just how I be.
It's too much. It's too much. I might ask you to join in. Alright. But that's pretty much it for our video. How to travel as a college student. Watch vlogs. Save. Budget. Buy your tickets first. Everything else will fall into place.
Oh, you know what? Pause before we finish this video. Also, Gabby said look at the vlogs and look at where you want to go, but also think about beautiful places that you want to go, but which ones are the cheapest. Do you know what I mean? Because you can, once you get your job and you're making that big check when you have your career and things like that, you can go all those expensive fancy places.
Let me give y'all a little secret. You know how we went to Puerto Rico? A lot of people weren't going there because they thought it was completely devastated by the hurricane.
Yeah.
So tickets were so cheap because nobody was going. Like they would be going to Dominican Republic or Hawaii or whatever. So flight tickets are cheap, and we're like, well, we haven't been there before.
Yeah.
And I heard that what we had heard was it was beautiful and that the city was back up and running. The outskirts were still pretty damaged, but we were like, well, let's go there, and it was beautiful. We wouldn't really have known that a hurricane hit. No. It was so beautiful. So
also, Mexico is extremely cheap. We sleep on Mexico, but Mexico, you get a lot of bang for your buck.
It has the gyms, right?
It really, really does. There's so many different cities that you can go to in Mexico. You don't even have to go to the typical places like Cancun or Cozumel. Cancun can get a little pricey because it's a high tourist area. Yeah. But if you go to somewhere else like Tulum or things like that,
and stuff like that,
you can get a lot more bang for your buck.
Yeah. So that's it. Thanks for watching The Twin Diaries.
Thanks, guys.
I'm Sana.
I'm Shauna.
This is The Twin Diaries.